Namaskaram, hello, welcome to Cinephile India. In this video, we are going to review a new Malayalam movie called Officer on Duty. Stars Kunchacko Boban, Priya, Jagadish in prominent roles, and Vaishak Nair as one of the other prominent roles. This has the who's who of the technical crew of present-day Malayalam movie. The script is written by Shahi Kabir. Shahi Kabir is the same person who wrote a movie called Joseph and then Nayat. So really, really good movies. And of course, I think he also directed a thriller called Ilavida Punchira. Yeah. And then directed by Jithu Asharef. This is debut movie. This is first movie. And cinematography by Robbie John Verghese. He's the same guy who directed last year's Mammootty starrer blockbuster Kannur Squad. So you have the who's who of the present day Malayalam industry. Technically, the film has to be strong. So let's get into the details. As I said, it's a solid movie. So this is a story of Kunchacko Boban, whose character is Harishankar, who is a hot-headed DYSP who is demoted to a circle inspector due to some issues, and he starts investigating a simple case of a missing gold chain or a fake gold chain, and one thing leads to the other and everything is linked, and soon he finds himself investigating a potential murder. Now, how this murder investigation entangles his personal life and how are they connected, what kind of emotions this guy goes through, and what happens in the end forms the rest of the story. I must say this is Kunchacko Boban's best movie yet. He actually lived the character of a circle inspector who is hot-headed, who doesn't take authority, who doesn't care for authority, as a matter of fact, who ill-treats his potential culprits. Even during investigation, doesn't matter if the culprit is a woman or a man, it doesn't matter. He has his own unique way of interrogating. At the same time, he is actually going through trauma of a few things that happened in his personal life, and those got intertwined with his investigation. So he portrayed a wide range of emotions really beautifully. This is Chako Chan's best performance till late. So, and there is even a dialogue actually. So one of the characters invites Harishankar to a reunion, and she says, "Oh, you were after all the chocolate hero back in college days," which kind of referring to the kind of roles that Kunchacko Boban was popular for a decade ago. He had a lot of young following, young girls especially, because of his romantic movies or his dance moves or his chocolate boy looks. So it's kind of a complete departure from his past image to this new image. I haven't seen Kunchacko Boban in this kind of role. It is his movie from start to finish, and he makes every second count, and his acting is one of the things that keeps you engaged from the first frame to the last frame of the movie. Now, I did have a problem with the screenplay, because there are a lot of things I still have questions unanswered. The writer, Shahi Kabir, even for him, it's a departure from his hard-hitting drama like Naya 2 or a hard-hitting thriller like Joseph. This has been a departure because the second half especially, the writer focused more on portraying the heroic aspects of Kunchacko Boban. I don't know if they are trying to establish Kunchacko Boban as one of the mass heroes, but the amount of time they spent, they could have refined the script a little bit more, because there were certain instances where had things happened just one scene earlier, then the outcome would have been entirely different in the movie. I think those kind of aspects still bother me after I watch the movie. And cinematography by Robbie John Verghese, it's really good, but however, I think the color grading was off a little bit. It was even hard to see certain faces on screen. I get it that you want to portray a gloomy aspect of the character, the shades, the depression, the trauma the character is going through. However, from an audience point of view, color grading could have been slightly better to make things more legible or more visible on screen. And music by Jake Spizoy is something that actually kept me hooked, and sound design by A.S. Shankaran. I think beautifully done stuff. And, especially if you watch this in a Dolby Atmos setup, it's going to be amazing sound. I think everything kind of adds to that mood and eeriness of it. So it's really good. I mean, it was a great, enjoyable crime investigative thriller. Unlike any crime investigative thriller where the police officer does not have much role to play, he just investigates. Here in this movie, because the fact that the investigation is tied to the personal life of this particular inspector Harishankar, we get a little bit of a character arc for Kunchacko Boban, and I think that was what made it different and worth it. Having said that, I must say, this is 2025. I've been saying this for a long time. This movie also goes into the same trope of torturing, sexually abusing, raping women, and exploiting them, and a savior man comes in and saves the day. I think we should kind of get away with the portrayal of the kind of violence against women the movies are most likely going to be showing these days. The same thing happened last year in Kannur Squad and a bunch of other movies. Even Identity, that released earlier in the years, kind of relies on the same plot of exploiting women. And even this one, it kind of falls into the same trap. So despite it being very engaging and very unique in a thriller genre, it's actually quite emotional. I must say that aspect of it, I'm extremely disappointed. I think Malayalam industry, every industry, more so Malayalam industry, because they tend to make the most number of crime investigative thriller genre movies. And I think they need to kind of think a little bit out of the box to kind of not fall into the same trap of showing extreme violence against women. I think that's the only gripe I have. But irrespective of what, this is one of the better movies of Kunchacko Boban. He's a good actor, we know that, but in this movie he had to portray a lot of different emotions which he had not in the recent past at least. So it was a solidly made movie, technically brilliant, and very well acted. So that's it for this review. If you like this video, please do consider liking and commenting how you felt the movie after you watch it. And if it's the first time you're watching the video on my channel, then please consider subscribing to my channel to help me grow. And again, we'll meet you again in the next video. Until then, take care.